of the forecast voiced at our previous forum, global crisis, our survival is in unity, are being confirmed.
Before the quake, I was working with Taliy from the Creative Society. And after the quake, the whole scenery reminded me of the videos and all the facts and truths and all the reports that were published by the Creative Society.
There are 200 people still alive under those two buildings. They have been screaming for several days, but rescuers can't get to these people. There's not enough of them.
We can find a sniper 15 kilometers away with a thermal imaging camera, but we can't find a person lying in front of you because we don't have the equipment to do it. Are we normal people after this?
No one will solve this problem in the consumerist format of society. The horror is that earthquakes and disasters like this will only increase with each passing year.
Every 12,000 years, a flux of external cosmic impact penetrates the entire solar system and affects the course of all planets, moons, and even the sun. Naturally, the same impact affects the Earth's core. Every 24,000 years, this flux is stronger, and we're now exactly at this particular point. The growth of all these geodynamic processes has led to an increase in the number of natural disasters.
The enhanced frequency of extraordinary geophysical events indicates pronounced instability in the Earth's core. This same instability will consequently manifest itself in the form of intense heat and subsequent magma that produces a force magnitude similar to that recently visited upon Turkey. Such an extraordinary event could actually trigger volcanic activity as far away as Yellowstone caldera, located in North America.
We're not just one step away from another natural disaster, but from human extinction.
This year, there are particularly many abnormally bright and frequent auroras in various non-typical places of the planet. People have posted numerous photos and videos on social networks admiring these phenomena. However, unfortunately, there isn't anything to admire. The magnetic field is critically weakening. The atmosphere is contracting, and the solar wind is descending closer and closer to the surface. This is scary because it shows a large disturbance in the magnetic field, and it is a sign that the Earth's core is no longer working properly. A drastic local increase in the magnetic field intensity that migrates across the surface of Earth. The human body, then exposed to such an area, simply shuts down. This is impossible to shield against this phenomena. In the coming years, this will become the new pandemic.
We can prevent supervolcano explosions, keep humankind safe,
protect our planet from external impact.
The only format that can create the necessary conditions for this is the Creative Society.
The ideology of the Creative Society project is based on the 8 pillars formed as a result of comprehensive analysis of the will of millions of people.
The Creative Society is a new format of the society for all of humanity that will peacefully lead our civilization to a new stage of evolutionary development where human life is the highest priority.
People do not have all of these benefits because in the consumerist society in which we live, power is in the hands of a few instead of the hands of people.
If the power in your hands, would you increase your taxes or the prices of the goods you buy? Would you raise the prices of electricity, gas, and water? Would you condemn yourself to a lifetime of paying debts, insane bills for medical care, education, and so on? And finally, would you start a war in your country that would take your life and the lives of your loved ones? Of course not.
People know what they want and know how they want to live. People themselves will decide all important social issues on an open online platform.
We need a format that will benefit everyone, unite us all, and provide us with cutting-edge technologies and capabilities that exceed our imagination. This format is the Creative Society. But for the Creative Society to become a reality, we need to spread the word about it.
A person informs others about the Creative Society. We start sharing information about Creative Society by all available legal means.
After we have successfully completed all 3 stages of building the Creative Society, informational, political, and the global referendum, the world community legally and peacefully transitions to the creative format of society that we all have chosen together As soon as we enter the transitional period, everyone will be provided with the monthly unconditional basic income in the amount equivalent to $10,000 with their own housing of at least 60 square meters per person. Education and healthcare will be of high quality and free, as well as resources, electricity, water, heating. All debts will be written off. Loans will be interest-free, and there will be no more taxes for individuals, small and medium-sized businesses.
We are glad that foundation for the creative society has been already laid, as many people around the world are building it already, and many continue to join every day.
It's happening, and people like you and I and everybody who's participating, it's an exciting time.
We know that there is a way out of this global crisis.
It is our duty to change the consumer format to a creative one.
Why the creative society? Because it is the only opportunity for the people to live with dignity and in peace.
Nowadays, our future, the future of our country, depends on the actions of each and every one of you.
We can make the creative society a reality tomorrow. Rise up.
Greetings, dear viewers. We are participants of the Global International Project Creative Society, volunteers from all around the world. And today we joined this stream because we wanted to share with you our feelings, our understandings and our excitement after the forum which took place on the 22nd April. The name of the forum is Self-Speaking, Global Crisis, There is the Way Out. Of course, we understand that the situation in the world is not easy, and we are all going through a lot of difficulties. Many people are in danger, many people are trying to survive in this world. But the forum gave us a lot of light and a lot of hope that there is a way out. And this time we are talking about it practically, because a lot of topics which were touched during the forum showed that if we really unite our actions, we can find a way, and it's not difficult. This is why actually this forum has been prepared during long months, and thousands of people from around the world were taking part to make it so sophisticated that even Hollywood couldn't produce the same quality of content. And I'm very, very proud. I wanted to introduce you also Robert, Jonathan, Dušan, and of course Paulina. And Paulina and her amazing little daughter made our heart melt during the forum, because they prepared amazing video about the new technology that will change our life. So before we start, actually, I wanted to tell you that the forum was streamed online, but now you can watch it in different social media. For example, in YouTube, you can go. I think the easiest way will be if you go to the site creativesociety.com, you choose your language, because the forum was interpreted into 150 languages by volunteers from all around the world. So it is available for you, and don't hesitate to watch it, because I promise you, your life will change, and your tomorrow will be very different from what you thought after you watch this forum. Guys?
Thank you, Alina. Let me continue this introduction by telling you a little bit more about the people that we have here on this. We've said the names, but we all have been part of the preparation of this forum, like a lot of other people's, understanding that this forum has been made possible by the collaboration of people from more than 180 countries. It has been translated live into 150 languages. We actually all hear from different nationalities. That really show the scope of such an event that just took place. And that's why we wanted to have this group of people to be able to share our feedback, our feelings after this event, and to be able to really deep dive into the information that has been provided, because a lot of information has been provided, and it's important for everybody to be able to voice their own view of what to do next. This event is the most important event that happened in the history of humanity, really, when you think about it. But that's just a spark at the end, because there needs to be like candles or at least a fire to initiate with that spark, and that's the action that we will take now. That would be very important for us to go to our common goals and the creation of the creative society as a solution of all of the crises that we have. So let's use this panel of people today to go once again a little bit deeper into the information, and let's start with a little bit of a feedback from that conference. If I start maybe with Robert, could you give us your feedback from this conference? Maybe the one thing, if there is one that you can pick up that you can really take out of this forum, either in terms of how do you prepare for it, or the information that has been provided, anything that you've learned. What is the one thing that you can really share with us about this forum?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Jonathan. Well, actually, after the last forum, you thought that, oh, what could be better? How we could surpass the expectations and everything. I was like, oh, it's not possible anymore. But this forum showed it is possible. It was really amazing. With even the structure was improved in the way that there were many interesting videos that were giving first the question, the problem, and then the answer. So it actually grasped the attention, hold it for the entire 11 hours, and you just didn't even realize how it passed. It was that fast and it was that amazing. So I particularly don't have any point which would get your attention or grasp your interest or whatever, because the whole forum was extraordinary, and I really encourage people to watch it. Even those who don't want to watch it, just scroll through it and you will definitely find something interesting in there. Trust me, believe me. So, and I think that all of the guys that are here with me today would have exactly the same feeling. Dušan, what do you think?
Я полностью согласен.
Yeah, I totally agree with everybody. And what in the beginning Alinочка said, that when a person just watched this forum, their life will be completely changed. Everyone will want to join the Creative Society project, because the information for me was so clear, not just logical. I had one point that I wanted to discuss, because the most important thing is that we directly told in this forum the steps that we are going to take together to quickly build a creative society, to preserve life on this planet. I really liked it when one part, in one part, it was said that one of the first steps would be to build a common interstate global emergency service, like a service that would be focused on saving people. This is very interesting information for me, because one understands that the question may arise, well, you want to build some creative society, but what will you do, for example, with the military? And the answer is that they have good experience, and at such moments, in emergencies, they are ready to help people, not to kill, but on the contrary, to help. And when we, with the whole army, with all of them, create this emergency service, this huge service for first aid, then, we will feel so good and so safe. As I think this information was very important for everybody because it gave a clear understanding of what we need to do. And as our distinguished speakers have already said, at this forum, we have made a great leap forward in building the creative society. Because this forum is so professionally created, so inspiring, so logical, that it only remains for me to invite you guys to watch this forum. And I will repeat again. I'm sure that when all the people will watch this forum, we will very quickly build our expected beloved creative society. And here, I want to ask Paulina too, because her video with her daughter was just beautiful. And understanding that we are doing this, I think, is one of the huge, important things that we are building the creative society for our children, for our grandchildren. Please share your understanding, Paulina.
Hello, dear friends. I'm very happy to be here with you all in this new international discussion. And after an incredible forum with simultaneous interpretation into 150 languages, the Creative Society is once again making trends around the world, something that only people can do for people. Yes, it's wonderful to be able to share my impressions with you and those who are watching us. First of all, I want to say that it was a huge challenge for me to make this film with my family and with my little 6-year-old daughter. She was very happy to be able to participate in making this film, and it was a double challenge for me because she can't read. She doesn't read because she's so young. She's still in the process of learning to read. So I had to explain to her what we were going to do in a way that she would understand it and be able to express it in some way, but in her own words and with her understanding without changing the essence of the script, because very often the script is always written by adults, but these are kids who in some way, and basically the idea was that other kids would understand it too. So my daughter also used a lot of her words and her understanding of what I was explaining. And it also became a definite challenge for Herrera, my daughter, because we had never done anything like that before. Neither she nor I are actresses. On the contrary, we're ordinary people who took on this task, and we did it with much love from my whole family, because my husband was the cameraman and my other 9-year-old daughter was responsible for lighting. It was her and 9-year-old daughter who was letting us all over the place and telling us this is good and this is so bad. So it took us the work of 2 little daughters, and she also tried to be quiet so she wouldn't disturb during filming. So it came out very well. So it was a very great experience for me, and I hope that the replicator thing really becomes clear to everyone. And I think it is because people have expressed their opinion at some moment, for example, on social media or social media movements, and it was something very clear to everyone and answered very well to the questions of how the replicator would be used, what its function would be, and what it would do for us. And there is something very important here, that thanks to the particle replicator, matter replicator, we humans will not have to buy things. We will have everything in our homes. So what's involved in in fighting for money or acquiring things, wars that would already be something important, so that wars don't happen anymore. So one of the reasons to stop wars in the world is also the elementary particle replicator. And what I also found very interesting, what caught my attention and what I really like, is the body regeneration capsule, where, for example, we saw a very good movie where our grandparents can regain their youth, and not just their youth, but their joy and their desire to live, to be able to have a young and healthy body without disease. It also greatly enhanced the quality of life for people, and not just grandparents, because we can become like them at some point. So as the years go by, if we think we're going to live 1,500 years, it's a big boost for all of us. Now, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Spanish team at this forum, which included a lot of participants. What's about, for example, the simultaneous interpretation? I mean, really, the simultaneous interpretation, guys, gives the Spanish-speaking people the opportunity to get the knowledge that we saw on the screen on April 22nd. And I will say again that this is unprecedented and that there is information out there. I encourage all the people who haven't seen the forum yet to watch it, because the information is explained in a way that everyone can understand. If you're doing, for example, a weekend movie watching marathon, you'd better to watch a forum viewing marathon. Global crisis, there is a way out, because it saves lives, not just yours, but all of your loved ones, your children, and all of future generations who will come to this earth. So if you love your family, people, give them a lifeline that can save their lives and can bring them together in a project. And soon the whole world will know about the Creative Society project, so that as soon as possible we live in a world where everyone deserves to live in.
Paulina, then you're talking now about people, about interpreters. Also, you shared your story, how it happened that you produced this amazing video. So this is the example that's confirming that the Creative Society is already here. It already started, because this is a process that then people are changing life for better for other people. You are doing it for other people. And then you change life for better for other people. You are changing life for better for yourself. So this is a principle of the Creative Society. And this is how it's supposed to function. It's normal life. Then you do something for other people. You are putting your potential, your creativity into something that will benefit everyone. So basically, I want to congratulate all participants of the Creative Society project, because people who started 2, 3, 4 years ago, and now they see the results, that there are already millions of people who joined, and these amazing forums are taking part, is showing that everything what we did is worth continuing. We cannot stop. Today we have an important task to spread this information throughout the whole globe, because the fact is that, of course, mainstream social media, they are not going to promote this information. Only us people can make this the main trend of the world. And whatever we do, it can be simple things, it can be more difficult things, because we all have different characteristics and skills. We can use all our skills, but it doesn't matter, a very simple one or like a more complicated action, like organizing a small forum in your country, or learning how to film a video. It all benefits our final result, and it all brings our common goal, living in the Creative Society as soon as possible. So guys, now please let's unite and spread this information all around the world, and think about any possibility how you can do it. Don't hesitate, don't wait, don't ask that someone will come and tell you, yes, we approve, do it. don't wait for it. Just do it. Just do it the way you feel it. And believe me, the way you choose will be the very best, because every person is unique, and creative society is a format of the society appreciating everyone. So creative society is for every person, and our characteristics, our personal features, we are all different, but all together we can get the amazing result. So maybe, guys, we can talk about the first part of the forum, which was mind-blowing. It's, of course, information about the climate situation, and it's about the second part of the report, which was presented at the previous forum. Of course, every next forum, every next knowledge our scientists, our volunteers are getting and introducing to us is giving us very serious understanding that the situation is critical. We cannot take it as a joke. We cannot wait and hope that it will resolve by itself. So let's talk about climate situation, guys.
Yes, that's definitely the starting point of the forum, going through that very important topics that affect us, all of us, certain level more than others for some people, but definitely either it's not from the window, but definitely from the news that all of us can see what's happening. Something quite important that I realized from the forum is the fact that for 27 years, more than 27 years, those scientists of the Creative Society have been working on analyzing a lot of data. You cannot even imagine how much data has been analyzed in a way that nobody else have been doing it, looking into things that nobody else have been doing, and coming up with a report that really explain what is coming. That's what has been presented in the past. And it seems that people have been not as much reacting on it as they should regarding the severity of it. The paradigm here is that in one way, the climate situation is proving us right by what's happening right now. The last 6 months, all of the catastrophes that happened just prove that this report is right. And trust me, knowing what it is all about, we wish we were wrong, but actually we're right. In one way, that could trigger our ego saying that, yes, we were right, you were wrong. But at the end, it's just a confirmation that all of this travail, all of this work to bring that knowledge to people needs to be taken very seriously, because now all of the catastrophes that happen are just proving us that it's indeed right, and that is going even further in severity, even further in terms of potential casualty that would be generated by this climate sabers, the way that is being mentioned into the forum. So, as it has been said, the more we're going to go into the future, the less reluctance we will find, because there will be proof everywhere out there that the climate is going in the wrong direction. So the paradigm here is that we should not wait until we have all the proof out there that what we have said is right. We need to really already now act, and not wait until we cannot say otherwise, that yes, they were right. Yeah, but if all of the people wait until they will realize by the cataclysm out there that we are right, it would be most likely too late. So please, once again, watch the forum, realize that a lot of people have been behind this. There is a lot of efforts that have been put in there. A lot of scientists have been working on this, and we should really take this seriously. Somebody else want to share on this idea of the climate change that we've been seeing through the forum?
Yes, you're right, Jonathan. But also, many times people are telling us that, oh, it happened before, it was happening in the past. There were earthquakes, there were volcanoes, but the problem is you cannot look at single sections of the climate change. You have to start looking at it as a whole picture, because then you will understand. I think it was mentioned in one of the videos that Lufthansa flight that actually hit the hole in the air and fell down for 300 meters and then continued flying. This didn't happen that often. Actually, it happened very rarely, and this is increasing. Also, why does it increase? Because there are changes in the atmosphere. And so people are saying, oh, are you an expert? No, I'm not an expert, but you have to start looking at information that you are getting from every source, and then you will be able to understand and see where does it lead. Because if you look at it, just, okay, there was an earthquake somewhere. Fine, well, that information, let's say if you're living somewhere where there are no earthquakes yet, could look to you like, oh yeah, it has happened before, so what? And then, but if you put it into the context with all the other climatic changes and anomalies that are actually occurring, you will start understanding that we are going the road which isn't very safe to drive on. And the sooner we turn our wheel or get ready and take some actions, the better. So yeah, I agree that these are things that you have to look at as a whole picture, not individually.
I wanted to add something. You know what is also important? I recently had a conversation with people I know. I told them about the forum and they were so excited. You know, they said they understand that the situation with the climate is catastrophic. They were Googling, they were looking everywhere, they were typing the true reasons of climate change, what is happening with the climate, and they confirmed that no relevant knowledge is given. All the information is being deleted, even the witnesses after the climatic catastrophes. What happened, for example, a disaster that happened in Turkey, in Syria, and flooding in Saudi Arabia, for example, all the climate events, they are being deleted from social media. So basically today, the platform of Creative Society is the only source that people can find the true information why the climate is changing. So this is why it is so important, and I would even say that there is a very big responsibility on all people who know the truth, that they spread the word, that they don't hide it, don't let it, you know, that people will not find this information until we do our best, all possible and impossible to spread it. So yeah, this is what I wanted to add, because I think that the Creative Society is known to be the platform, the one of very rare places in social media there you can hear the truth, and one and only platform there you can see the multidisciplinary approach to everything what is happening in the world, and of course climate above all other topics.
Да, я полностью согласен. Тут еще я уверен, что...
Yes, I'm totally agree, and there's also a very important point that I'm sure needs to be voiced. On the forum, there's a silver lining on this forum, that we are not looking for someone to blame, because we are all to blame for what's going on right now. If someone likes it or dislikes, it doesn't matter. We are all responsible for what's going on right now, not only with climate, but with geopolitics, economy, environment, and everything. We have killed our planet. We treat each other like animals. We hate each other. And why is that? Now, Cerberus is already walking around this planet, but we're even afraid to face the truth. How does that help us? We all realize that we don't have much time left. We just don't. And we should also say what Jonathan has just mentioned, that we can prove the truth to each other. But guys, okay, let's do that. Is there any way to stop the Cerberus? We're going to prove now, if we want to survive, we need to unite. We need to focus on one goal. Without that, we simply will not survive on this planet. Our children will die. Our grandchildren will die. And that's no joke. We just don't have time left at all anymore. Right now, it's very important to spread the word about the way out. We understand what's happening on the planet. We understand that we have a chance. We understand what needs to be done. We have everything. You know what's missing? You guys are missing. And that's very important. Without you, we're all gonna die. That's why, guys, I'm calling on everyone. This is vital right now. Forget about your egos. Forget everything we've been taught for thousands of years. Forget everything. Focus your attention on one thing: survival. Together we can. We have a great chance to save this beautiful planet. Even though we've almost killed it, we still have a chance to stop it now. So please, let's stop acting like children, and let's take concrete steps together to stop this Cerberus, and to finally start living like human beings. Because, guys, we deserve it. We all do. Every one of us, every inhabitant of this planet deserves to live on this planet. We are all chosen now, all of us, and we owe it to ourselves to preserve this planet. Please, join in.
Yeah, I think also then people watch the forum itself and, sorry, Paulina, then people watch the forum and they understand better about cyclicity as a reason of the climate change, about why Mars became the dead planet and how recently it happened, and what happened to that we destroyed our ocean. And there was an amazing film explaining the role of the ocean, and that this is basically our immune system, which is not functioning due to our destroying actions. So humanity destroyed the ocean, and now the ocean is not protecting us from cyclicity. But you know, all these lies we hear around us about climate, and the only truth which was announced during the forum will definitely motivate people, as you said, Dušan, to act, because you know it's impossible that you learn about it and just tomorrow you do nothing. You wake up in the morning and your day is the same. No, it won't be the same. This is why it's important to watch the forum. So, Paulina?
I just want to add something very important, listening to each of you, that unfortunately we live in a time when the climate Cerberus is loose, and as we all know, the climate Cerberus doesn't just have one head, it has many heads. So it's attacking many places in our world, many countries and distant places or regions that are close at the same time. We've already seen that deep focus earthquakes are becoming more and more frequent. It's very important that people also understand that we humans, as Alina said, have been very much affected by the declining immunity of our Earth, declining health, that now that it's facing a 24,000 year cycle, we see that it is sick, that it is no longer able to cope with this process. But nevertheless, we as humans have a way out and an opportunity if we bring together the best scientists from all over the world and work not for our destruction, but for the benefit of population. Obviously, we will find a way out, and not only can some of us be saved, but every one of us living on the planet or Earth will be saved and will have a wonderful life. To build the creative society, and it's up to us. We cannot sit and wait for others to do the work for us, because it is up to each and every one of us to live or to die. And it's a choice that we have to make. The truth is that our scientists, those who are not afraid to speak up the truth, that is not being communicated to people. And now people have taken the opportunity to save the lives. If you have the opportunity to save the life of your loved ones, won't you do it? If you have the opportunity and you're in your hands, to save the lives of as many people on this planet as possible, won't you do it? You have the information. Can't you sit idle anymore? You can't sit idle anymore. You have to say it. You have to spread the information, join the project Creative Society, join the official channels. You can inform. The Creative Society project volunteers will contact you and tell you the best strategies for spreading the information and participating in the project, because it's for everyone, those who think, and those who have this opportunity, and they deserve to live in the world where everyone wants to live in. So it's up to you, my dear friends.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very true. That is for everybody, and unfortunately, I feel that, I see from comments on social media, reaction overall regarding the project, that there is still too many people thinking that they just simply needs to put their responsibility of doing something on somebody else. That we have an authority around us. Either it's a government, either it's a special department that is supposed to do something for us. But once again, proof has been raised that it's not the case. That if a cataclysm occurs, you're not going to necessarily have the right support from the government, from the services that are supposed here to help you. And why is that? Is because, and it has been clearly said in this forum, we are living in a consumer format of society where power, where money is the highest value, compared to a creative society where the human being is the highest value. And I think this forum was a great way to, even for me, finally deeply realizing that we are here for a paradigm shift where we're moving from black to white in terms of society, where the human become the most important things rather than money. As of today, when a cataclysm occurs, authorities will tell us that graves are cheaper than saving people's life. Who wants to live in such a society? I don't, and I'm sure you don't. And it's not by pushing that information away, thinking that it's somewhere else, that somebody else will help out, somebody will save the dead, that will help at all. What I wanted to really understand, being part of this forum and overall being part of the creative society, is like, what can I do myself? Maybe starting from a very negative perception that what I can do nothing. There is nothing that I can do and somebody would be able to do. And the more you dig into the current situation, the more you dig into what the forum is providing as information, the more you realize that actually, no, you can do something. Every single of us can do something. Those forums are an example, the best example that people can do something great all together. And we can shift to a society that is not a poisonous society for everybody, but actually a society that helps people to strive. So that's a very important point. And once again, this paradigm shift, like people need to really understand, we're not trying to create something just for the sake of it because we think it's cooler or it's better. It is just a necessity, a life necessity as of today. And please understand the situation we are with our society currently will not let us survive much longer. So let's do something. Let's focus on not just what we desire through that consumer form of society, but what we need for our survival and the survival of everybody.
I liked how you said poisonous society. Yes, exactly. It's very toxic society. It's very dangerous place to live in. And, you know, what came to my mind is then we talk about climate Cerberus. Then it came, for example, to Turkey, to Syria. It didn't check the passport of people. It didn't check their social position. It didn't check whether this person is rich or poor. Maybe it's member of a government. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's a driver. It doesn't matter. The thing is that they are all equal in face of this danger. And the truth is that the danger is growing every day. And then, for example, us sitting today in a nice warm place where we have food and light, and we are talking that we don't want Cerberus to come to our home. But exactly at this moment, it is destroying other people, and people are dying right now because of it. People are suffering right now because of it. So basically, our inaction is multiplying victims. And this is also one of my main understandings after this forum, because then I watched the videos about climatic monitoring, what happened during the last 6 months from the previous forum. And also the video which really impressed me is the characteristics of the Cerberus, so how the climate is behaving. And it's really, you know, it's shocking. It's just shocking. So I think it's important to understand. By understanding, it's important to take responsibility and spread the word. And what I really liked, Jonathan, from what you discussed now, you told about us that we can unite and we can make actions and we have power. Power is in our hands. And this is why I wanted to ask Robert about the video of self-governing, which you introduced during the forum. Can you tell us more? Because people don't understand what is self-governing.
Indeed, Alina. Yeah, people always tells you that it's impossible, it's utopia, people will never vote, they are not capable of anything. Guys, even this forum is a proof that it is possible. Do you think somebody came from the top and said, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this? No. It's actually people that are not reluctant, and we just got together, came with ideas how we will do it. So it's already a simple form of a self-governance. Also, for voting part, it's so funny when you're talking and listening to this, because what about Superstar? If people are able to vote for a TV show, when you have always, you know, send your messages, send your text, it's the same way. They will be able to vote. The question is, why are they voting for that? Because they're expecting something good to happen for them. Well, here they will be expecting something good to happen as well, because they will be improving their life. They will be voting for projects that can improve their local community, they can improve their healthcare, education, anything. So even if you're talking and asking them, how many times they say, oh, I would like that to happen. So in the creative society, and when there will be a self-governance, you will have the opportunity to bring up the issue, to bring up the topic, and people will hear that on the electoral platform, and they can actually say, yes, this is a good idea. And if you receive majority of support, then the experts or the who are in that field can gather together, prepare the project, and then it will be, as it was said in the video, it will be submitted for voting. So it's very easy. It doesn't have to be complicated, like millions of pages of legal language or stuff like that. Very simple. Like when we are talking with a neighbor or somebody, that's the way. That's the main point how it should be. Then everybody would understand it, and everyone would easily support whatever is necessary. Me, you, everybody knows what's good for him. Everybody knows that he wants a good life, basically good life for himself, for his children, for his parents, grandparents also. So I don't understand where it is coming from. And it all comes from lack of knowledge. So basically, this is something that we should always go and tell people still continuously about how it is, how does it work, how will it work in their language, without trying to sound too smart, or how to say it, just simple. And that way everybody would understand it, and once they understand it, there is no way they will not join.
That's true, and that's one of the key aspects of this forum, is to make people understand all of those different facets, all of those different changes, but for the best. One of the examples that struck me the most, usage of a little bit of humor actually sometimes helps to really understand. Taxes are not a very enjoyable topics, I would say. I'm actually supposed to do my tax, and I'm kind of postponing every day, and I have a deadline soon. So anyway, that's something that everybody can understand. And this is a very consumer format of society type of feature, doing your tax and almost not even questioning those tax. Why are they there? And I'm bothered about that, but yeah, I'm still going to do it. And I think one of the aspects of this forum that I love is to understand that the solution, the creative society, will get rid of the tax, but we will not need tax at all into this creative society. And it was, as Dušan also mentioned, very logical in an explanation. First of all, what is tax? Just take an ice cream and buy it for your daughter. You're going to give her a third of it, because if you want to explain to her that all of the rest actually went to taxes, that's an easy way to really people realize how, sorry for my French, but stupid how much this system is, and then we just go for it and we just continue doing it. The other example that was actually very important is just simply how to create a simple product as like bread or buns for a burger, and how much taxes there is in there just to create such a simple product. But the most important thing is that the solution was so simple. The creative society, first of all, in the creation of the raw material to be able to do it using the latest technology that will help to, first of all, make it much better quality with a much lesser impact on the environment, saving the planet. I mean, everything is connecting together to be perfectly aligned and to make sure that life is as it should be. Where in consumer format of society, everything is bumping into each other, everything is clashing, and there is always a winner and always a loser. And most of us will think that, and like we are most likely in the losing part or in the losing team constantly. So that's a very great part of the forum, that those simple understanding of what it is now and what it will be in the future for everybody to understand. It was great. So that's a very important work that has been done really to pass that information to people.
I think we can give a tiny teaser of the forum by showing this video on taxes on ice cream. And I'm sure our viewers will enjoy it really as much as we did.
I'm telling you, we should already start preparing her for adult life. Look at what's going on in the world. She must already understand how this world works. It is her future to grow up in it and navigate.
She's just a little girl.
I want an ice cream.
Well, why a little girl? At this age, she should already know what taxes, wages and money are and how it all works.
Why should she know that?
Well, she has to live on this world. Daughter, you must know, understand, and navigate in this world. So look, here is what taxes are. I beat off 20% of the ice cream. This is what they call VAT, value added tax of 20%. And what I've bitten off now is your income tax of 40%. So all you're left with is this part.
Dad, screw you and your taxes. I want to live in the creative society.
Я хотел еще добавить, Jonathan.
And I also want to add to what Jonathan has said. Our future is beautiful, but that leaves one issue, guys. No one will build it without us. There is no such a thing as destiny. We are the creators of our destiny. If we want to live in such a society, we will live in that society. It must be understood that no one will do it for us, no one, only we. Our labor, our work, our understanding of the importance of this moment, our understanding that at this moment, guys, a huge number of people are at risk, including us. And if we come together, the creative society will be like a bonus for all of us, in order to realize that we are all humans. And when we remember that we are humans, then God will remember us, and the creative society will be like a tremendous gift to all people. We will finally fly to the stars and explore all that is currently unknown to us.
Yeah, but before I want to try the rejuvenation capsule. Right, Paulina? Actually, this was because the preparation for the forum took a lot of time, attention and energy of people from all around the world. And then the forum happened, everyone was so happy and proud, and the people were texting each other, I want to go inside the capsule now. This is actually the technology we are all looking forward to try. And of course, when we saw this example of Tracy from the film about housewives, actually, yes, if you are going to watch this forum, you won't be very, it won't take long, because there are a lot of amazing videos and also films which were prepared for you by the participants of the Creative Society project. And there was a film about housewives, amazing women, and we learned about their fate in the consumer format of the society and how it changed in the creative format of the society, thanks to their active actions to build it. But one of them used the regenerative capsule to change her age. So actually she reverted her age and she became very, very young, from 75 plus to 20. And then I was watching, I thought, okay, for the beginning, I just want to heal all my sickness I have now. I don't yet want to change my age, but actually to change anthropometry, to change your age, is some kind of an advanced steps which we can take by trying this capsule, because the capsule is also going to evolve. There won't be only one series of this capsule. Our scientists are going to work on it, and it will get more and more characteristics. So, but basically, they are not discussing any kind of fantasy now. This is scientifically proven technology which is already, we have to say, underway. And the only reason which separates us from having it in our home for free is that we don't still yet have the Creative Society.
That's very true. And more than what we've been all talking about, the idea of unity, on the back of what you said, Dušan, that nothing will come. There is no destiny. Everything will come by what we do, all together as a single unit, with a common goal. That is the powerful message from that forum. Because if you think about it, there is not much think in the world or in the life of somebody that you can think being that important, that huge, that we doing this for future. Once again, it's not like a hobby that we are doing on the side of living our life, and we think that it's nice to be part of this group and to be able to have those goals. It's simply our future. It's our survival that we are talking about here, and that we are describing how to build. And the forum has been great for newcomers to understand that from the get-go. What would you say to a person that has been watching the forum for the first time, that has been, or maybe he's still digesting the information from the forum, but having that spark inside him and being on the verge of thinking, okay, what should I do with that? In simple, maybe a conclusion for all of our speakers, what would be that you want to say to such a person on the go to action from now on, from that information? Robert?
Well, it's very simple. Don't be a stranger, and there is always room for other people. We are growing our rows, but there is still plenty for another 7 or 8 billions of us, because we won't be able to create creative society without anybody. We have to be all of us. That's when we'll be able to build it, and it's for everybody. So nothing will happen on its own. You know, we have such a saying here in Slovakia that it will happen by itself. So we have samo sato, will be done. So nothing will be done samo sato. So nothing will be done by itself. Only if we will use our hands and participate, and to add our little part. Even a little part is enough. In the whole project, it's a huge. So guys, don't be strangers. You're always welcome. And we are anxious for you to join us. Don't just sit on the couch. As the candidate for the Argentinian president said, don't warm the bench. You're wanted on the field. So there is nothing else to add, guys. Join. It's very simple.
Thank you, Robert. That's very true. Dušan, what would you say to a person who just heard that information for the first time and is wondering what to do now or how to take this further?
I'm sure that the person who will watch this forum, this wonderful forum, will hear the answer to this question. We must inform all the people on the planet. Every person needs to know this truth. They need to know that there is a way out. When we do that, when we start to share this information with other people, then we already become members of the creative society. And we don't need any papers or stamps. We are just people. And when we communicate with each other, when we convey this information, this wave that is going around the world now, you can almost feel it. And every person who watches the forum, I'm sure, will know inside what to do. Just go to your beloved relatives, your mother, father, daughter, son, grandfather, grandmother. Go and tell everyone, your neighbor, your friends, that there is a way out. And when we start doing that, this wave will turn into a tsunami that no one can stop.
I would also like to add something in relation to what you're talking about, and above all, to what Dušan says, that we clearly have a way out. I would also like to share with you what many people have done, especially those I know. They showed the video about the regeneration capsule to their parents and grandparents, and their reaction was incredible and amazing. This is when you give joy to people who are about to die in the consumer society because diseases will kill them. If not cancer, then dementia. If not dementia, then multi-system failure. But their time of life is over. And to give them now the incredible hope of life, because many of them used to say, what's the point of me doing this? Let young people do it. Let young people spread the word. I will no longer live then. I will die. And now they realize that they can live and that they will live with us in the creative society. And not only will they live with us, they will be healthy because unfortunately in the consumer society, the elderly people have palliative health with various symptoms of temporary relief. But there is no preventive treatment. In the creative society, healthcare will be preventive, so our life expectancy will be longer. And one more incredible thing, when any mother in the creative society gives birth to a child, these benefits will go to the unborn child because every cell will be restored just like the mother's one. I think any expectant mother or accomplished mother is something completely unbelievable for them, because a mother's greatest fear during pregnancy is that her child will have problems or not be born as expected, that the baby will come into the world healthy. So to have that kind of protection and reassurance for expectant mothers is indeed very satisfying. And also adding to what Alina said about how really, friends, we can build the creative society, and not only we do it, We can do it, but we have to do it. And we're going to do it. We need each and every one of you to do it. That's why, please join in the action of spreading the information to everyone. You don't need money to do this. If you don't have money, you can do it just by talking to people. You can make handwritten posters and put them up in your house, maybe in your car, or you can write a piece of paper, Creative Society, and put it up if you don't have money, you know? So there is no more place or justification if you are not spreading the word about the Creative Society. So friends, please, I appeal to you, spread the word about the Creative Society.
First met this information, I would say that I'm very happy for him or for her. I know that his or her life will change from now, and I'm very proud that me, as well as millions of volunteers of Creative Society, became part of this big change in his or her life. And I really hope that this person will be shoulder to shoulder next to us tomorrow to bring the idea of the Creative Society to the whole world. And also, I would like to say to this person, please watch carefully the very last part of the forum, and you will understand that we received an unbelievable present as humanity. And this information, and in particular, I'm talking about the video, about the principles of physics, which can be implemented in order we could stop this catastrophic disaster, which is cyclicity bringing to us. This principle we can use to produce a technology that will change our life. And the most important thing is that by bringing this video to you, you have to understand how much participants of the Creative Society project love you and care for humanity, because this information could be kept by secret. It's a consumer form of society, and definitely people could gain a lot of money on it. But instead of this, understanding that human life is the biggest value, the participants of the Creative Society project brought it openly to the whole humanity. And today, thanks to it, we have a tool in our hands, and we can really make a big change, and we can confirm that there is a way out. So this is what I wanted to say to the person who first met the information of the Creative Society and watched the forum.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elena. And thank you, all of you, for your answer to that simple question. Well, if I had to answer it myself, I will, and I really love what you say, Alina, like to thank that person that came here. They have something in their hands. They acquire something that is so valuable that anybody getting that knowledge and wanting to do something are becoming heroes. We are used to superheroes into this consumer formula society. In the Creative Society, we are, or those people are the heroes that will create our future. And all of you guys can be this hero, helping out your loved one or people that you don't know, just implementing this society. And I think it's very important that everybody can be part of this. Once again, nothing is required, just for you to speak about it. As of today, that is the phase in which we are for the creation of for the implementation of the Creative Society, the solution to our crisis. So don't be shy. You watch that information and you have this inner feeling of, wow, that is the truth. And you will have always people denying it and telling you words that it's not correct, but just trust in yourself and follow what you think is right. And just listening or understanding what is the Creative Society, how can you not say that is exactly what you want? It's not like we are guessing. We have been working for so long, either on the scientific part, but also into a more social aspect with a 10 years survey dealing with millions of people and asking them exactly what is that you want for your future, what is that society you want, and the creative society just unfold before our eyes from those answers. So it's not something that we just came up with, that's something that people want. And this information is just arranging things into your brain, and you like finally, I have what I want and I want to implement it. So don't let anybody or any thoughts in your head telling you otherwise. Just go for it and reach out to us, creativesociety.com for a start. If you want to send us an email, ask us questions. If you still have doubts, we will be happy to answer. Everything starts with a question. You want a clarification, please don't hesitate. I would be happy to answer. All of us would be happy to answer. And from there, you learn something more, and then you're going to continue. Maybe being part of a coordination center. That's something that has been mentioned in the forum, and that's something that is being promoted as the best way to collaborate within a region, within a city, within a country. How do we put people together? How do we organize our efforts to exponentially reach people where 1 + 1 not equal 2, but equals maybe 5? And the more we do, the more people we're going to reach, and the faster the information will go out. So reach out to people, reach out to us. Don't be shy. There is another thing that actually can be done through that exact same way, creativesociety.com. Send us an email if you want to voice through one of those calls, an international discussion that are going to occur after the forum, where we're going to talk a little bit more about the forum, when we're going to ask people on those discussions what they really understood from the forum, a little bit like we did today. If you want to be part of those international discussions, reach out to us, and we'll be very pleased to have you, for you to explain and really have everybody on board for that great journey. So once again, and going back to what Dušan said, and I really like the pointing, we need you. That's the only thing we miss currently for the creation of this creative society. You, and you over there as well. All of you guys, that's what we need. Thank you very much, Robert, Dušan, Alina, Paulina, for this great discussion. I hope that you enjoyed it. Stay tuned on all of our different platforms, either it's YouTube, don't forget Rumble as well, on which we have all of the new videos, all of the forums. At least you're sure that on this one, you're not going to have the channel being cancelled at some point. So please connect on this one, subscribe, and join us for the next international discussion. Thank you very much for all of our speakers today, and see you very soon, all of you.